Ooh-be-doo. It's everyone's favorite boomer and vintage lens enthusiast. Today we're going to be looking at Olympus binoculars 10x42 Exps multi-coated field 6.5 degrees. And are you ready for this, boys and girls? Hold on to your hats. Made in Japan. You see that? Let's see if we get the light. Made in Japan. I think it was back in 2008. I wanted to get a pair of binoculars, a good pair of binoculars. And I was reading on the internet. They even had the internet back in 2008. And I read that Olympus was moving their production facilities to China. But the Japanese versions were still available. So I went to B&H, which is a superstore in the city, and I mail ordered these for $99.99. They're relatively lightweight. They seem relatively rugged. This is like their semi-pro model. It isn't the one that's waterproof or nitrogen filled. It's that step below. Now, subsequently, they moved their stuff to China, and I seen them. They were available like for 30 or 40 bucks, and they were just garbage. They were like toy-like. You know, they didn't have any like look at this, nothing is flexing, right? Even that, see, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. I seen worse. Oh. It has a tripod socket. So it has an 18 millimeter eye relief, but I always take my glasses off anyway. Oh damn. 4.2 millimeter exit pupil, which means it's not completely dim, but it's bright. It's really bright. There we go. Okay. These fold down, but they have the new type. These screw up and down. So see, like that. That's if you want to wear your glasses, which I never do. I always take my glasses off. My eyes are pretty bad. Now, I checked these with my glasses so I could see how good they are, and they're really good. Really good. Super sharp in the center, all the way up to the edges, like if you're looking at a brick wall or something. If a bird is sitting on a branch, of course the edges may have stuff that's in forward or in back of the bird, so they're going to look blurry. It's 10x. It has a bright image because of the 42 millimeter objectives. And I bought them specifically for astronomy. They're really great with stars. You can look at the Andromeda Galaxy M42, M13, the globular cluster in Hercules, of course the Orion Nebula M42, double stars. Can you resolve the double-double in Lyra? I think it does. It's a really, really nice pair of binoculars. They're back 4 prisms. I don't know if you can see in there. Here, let's see if I can move a light. Nah, it's hard to see. But if they have cheap prisms, what it looks like, that circle in there, it looks like it has the corners cut off because if they use cheap glass, there's light fall off. But because they have back 4 prisms, the circle is totally circular. So you got to keep that in mind. Now, I paid $99.99 for these, right? Today, a knockoff version, it still says Olympus, but they're either made in the Philippines or Spain, and they go for $150 or $160. If you want to buy used a pair of made in Japan ones, they're like $250. Oh my God, it's 2008 and it's 2026. What does that mean? I had these for 2008, 8 from 6. Oh, I had these for 18 years. 18 years. They're high quality. They have good optics. Oh, I read reviews. Some people say they suck. Well, those are probably the ones that are made in China or some other country. But these ones, people search for them online because they're worth it. I can't show you what it looks like through with using the camera. Well, that's annoying. This is only a plastic cap. There we go. That's better. That's better. But they seem well made to me, and I've used them extensively. Extensively. Like I said, my eyes are bad, right? That's why I gotta wear glasses. But I mean, if you want to capture the most stars you could see without having something cumbersome, like 50 millimeters makes a big difference in the weight and the size, or 60 millimeters are huge and gigantic. These are good for birding. I have no problem. So if they say the minimum focus is 80 feet, but I don't believe it. I think the minimum, well, I'm nearsighted, so maybe that helps. I think I could get down to 30 feet with these easy. So I highly recommend these. Oh, and suppose like you want to study transient phenomena in the night sky, because when I bought these, there's no such thing as Starlink, right, or drones that people could buy. So yeah, you would be scanning the skies, and maybe you would pick up an airplane, and you could see that it was a tiny little airplane, had the red and green dot on the wings, and sometimes you could even see the windows would be lit up. Say, wow, that's cool. And sometimes imagine the tiniest little plane you could see. You could see that with this, and it would still be tiny looking because it was so far away. Oh, I could pick up just by scanning the skies on a clear night, I'd pick up a satellite and follow it, and it'd just be a small white dot. But now you go out and there's many things. I see the brighter ones, these brighter transient phenomena I'm talking about. The bright ones have a yellow cast to it, and the dim ones have a bluish cast to it, but they don't resolve into anything. They're just dots. So they're probably just oh, that's neither here nor there. I guess you could set that anywhere you want, just so you remember where your eyes are. And this, you focus with this one first, right, with using the center, and then you fine-tune the right one. And then just remember you're plus one of these things, and you're good to go. So they're great for transient phenomena, you know, just to follow, you know, see where they're going, or any of them planes. Can you resolve any of them? And it's got 6.5 degrees at 10x. That's really good. That's like what they used to call wide angle back in the old days, right? So I could highly recommend these. If made in Japan, you're going to have to find them used somewhere. I don't know if they're readily available. I'm holding on to mine. I don't want to get rid of them. Damn, I paid $99.99. Well, you know, back in 2008, that was a lot of money. $100 is a lot of money. Now it's not so much a lot of money, depending on what you're buying. The rubberized, you know, they got this coating on it. They look really well manufactured. They had better quality control when they were made in Japan. Now, can I find one fault with these? The soft case they came with was like a pleatherette, right? Which is a plastic leatherette. And it's peeling and flaking. And I got to toss it and get some other upgrade the pouch for it or something. And that's the only complaint I have. Absolutely, the only complaint. And it comes with, it's got 2 caps here and 2 caps here, of course. They say Olympus on it. So you just have to trust me. You know, the best thing to do is to go out and, you know, local camera shops or used places or garage sales. Maybe you could pick one up for $5, $10, or $20. People don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure it says made in Japan, right? And you're good to go. Oh, you'll see the Chinese ones and you won't like them. They're worth like $2 used. Now, I can't say the ones in the Philippines or Spain are like, because I've never seen them. Why do I like porro prism binoculars? Because they enhance the stereo optic effect. Things look more three-dimensional through these. The roof prism type, or the folded roof prism type, they have the same interpupillary distance as your eye. So you don't get the same stereoscopic effect as you would with these. You know, if a bird's sitting in a branch and he's like 30 or 40 feet away, he's going to look three-dimensional, you know, the difference between the foreground and the background. Take my word for it. These are excellent binoculars. You know, off-brand Japanese brands, forget about them. It may be possible to get a good pair made in China. China has some companies that do make good stuff. Well, you know, and then of course German. I think Zeiss or Leica binoculars would be the best.